There's no need to go through all that when we are in a situation that is super pressing.
Yeah, it's just...
That's the only reason why I brought it up to the newer people.
Okay.
All right, give me 1 second here. Are you comfortable with that degree of success?
I'm going to say yes for now.
You gain a mark on the camera.
I will wait until Droid is finished rebooting.
Like, it rolled literally 5 successes. Oh, actually, wait. 2, 4, 5, 6. Okay. It almost glitched.
What would have glitching done there?
I probably would have given you extra marks. Yeah, it was literally 12. Let's see. You literally need 3 more ones to glitch. Is that the grid hop, or are you just like, screw it, I'm hacking from...
Right. Yeah, it's grid hop.
You can, I was going to say, you can totally throw 10 successes at that. I will totally just take the last 2 dice off, if you want.
Yeah, sure.
Whichever you are more comfortable with.
And I can only keep 10 successes anyway.
Okay. You gain a mark on both the camera and the host, just like Excel has.
Right.
I will pop into the host.
It is actually impossible for me to fail a grid hop with that result.
It is. I was going to ask you if you're sure you don't want to edge the impossible to fail roll.
So yeah, I'm going to switch to running silent and enter the host.
All right. Excel is not running silent. He didn't say he was.
I will switch to running silent.
You're already inside the host. That would be a hide action, because there is most definitely a patrol running in this host. But
Okay.
an important thing to note, your last action is currently enter host, because that is actually an action. And a host cannot determine if a mark is illegitimately gained.
That is interesting to know.
All I can tell is that you totally have a mark on it, therefore you have a right to be in that host. It takes you doing something illegal inside the host for it to notice. Or for, like, the spider to notice that there's someone there who looks like they aren't supposed to be there.
Oh, should we describe our personas, or...
That would be excellent.
Excel's persona is a tall hooded figure whose face is only a simple wooden mask with many tendrils of hard light coming out from the folds of the cloak. The cloak itself is of a sickly yellow, and the mask is tattered.
You're totally not going to fit in this host. I'm just going to tell you right now,
Yeah.
as you pop into the host, you immediately feel like you do not fit in the homesy, very nice representation of a small office. It kind of looks like it's designed to feel smaller than it ought to make it feel cozy.
I'm going to use the change icon action to change to a folksy business person.
Okay. One thing you do notice that this is kind of not the same. If you guys had popped into the other one, you would notice that it is not the same type of architecture as the actual locations are. As in, like, the design principles behind this do not stem from the same minimalism that the main hosts, that the storefront hosts do.
So this clearly is not a store.
It is clearly not a store.
Droid's persona is a woman wearing like medieval leather armor and a hooded cloak with the hood up. It's like has forest patterns on it. She's got a bow and arrow, and her agent takes the form of hunting hawk.
All right. You are currently inside the host.
Yeah. And so I did a matrix perception there with my agent helping, and so I'm going to take a look around. So first of all, are there any other icons in the host that are running silent?
That's a good question. Yeah, there is a persona running silent in this host.
Just the one other besides mine?
There's also, for no test, you know that there is that there's ice running in this host as well, patrol ice, which in this case it's just kind of like it's actually a little tiny mini Zep with a little flashlight that's floating towards the ceiling of the office.
No, so only that only that other persona though is running silent, right?
Right, correct. There's a few other personas in there. Some of them may have taken note of the weird guy who then popped into a business suit that fits the paradigm of the host. But you are now in the host for certain. What are you guys gonna do?
I'll matrix perception real quick.
Okay.
And before I was totally rolling as if I was running silent. Which makes me sad.
I'm sorry, I didn't realize that you were. I had assumed you were running loud.
Nah, it's okay. I didn't specify it. Okay, 2 questions. Of course, are there devices? The first one. Second one, is there a device with a sleaze attribute that I can immediately see?
No to both. Right. Well, you can see cameras. I mean, you know the cameras are there. There aren't any devices you see that aren't running a persona. Some of them are, because there are a bunch of. It's still business hours, and there are a bunch of devices still running about, or a bunch of personas still running about this place. No one's come up to you yet. You did do kind of like a oh crap. In some of them are probably just assuming that you didn't realize that you had your non-work persona, and then you tried to change it afterwards after you popped in and realized, you know, this weird looking thing probably doesn't fit work. At least that's what you can probably guess is what they're assuming, because no one's really giving you too much look.
It's like, oops, I guess so. I forgot to change his persona.
Exactly.
I am going to roll the hide action real quick.
I would like to point out that you haven't done anything particularly illegal or that you need to hide for, really. Right now, you are more or less blending in. You can totally hide if you want to, but
Additionally,
that's
sorry,
what were you gonna say, Nicholas?
that he has to make a hide test against each persona that spotted him.
Which is all of them, because you aren't running silent, because they need no test because they're in a host. Basically,
So
when
this is
you
gonna
pop
be
into
weird.
a host as a persona, when you're not running silent, it's more like so-and-so has entered kind of deal. They immediately see you unless you're running silent.
It's like when you go online on Facebook chat.
Yes. You have turned into a nice little green bubble.
Okay.
No, but in the weird matrixy sense.
Well, if not that I will quickly roll another matrix perception check.
All right. You can do this within the first second. For sure. You have 6
I can-
successes.
5 of those. First question: is the file of the name explained in the job there?
You would have to roll a matrix search for that.
And I was about to do that. If you could assist me, that would help.
Sure.
I would like to point out that you are currently talking about assisting someone who is running silent.
I
That's
don't
going
know
to be
they're
kind of
there.
odd.
Okay.
You know that the droid's in there.
Yeah,
but-
my agent and I will assist you then.
Yes, but it would be very obvious looking if basically you'd be helping someone that no one else can see.
If you have the browse program, I'd suggest switching that on.
Yep, I will switch out Signal Scrub to Browse real quick.
Alrighty, and can you throw me an etiquette check? Corporate would apply if you have that.
I'm going to pre-edge this. I forgot to add the exploding there. We go.
Just roll 3 exploding dice then. No big deal.
Nope.
I guess it didn't make a huge difference. Are you comfortable? Oh wait, you pre-edged. All right, so you are. Then you can throw your thing for sure.
You get 4 extra dice on your matrix search.
Okay, that's 6 hits.
All right, it is 1 minute time base, so
Cut in half by browse.
yep, I was just about to do that. It will take you 6 seconds. You find the file. About that point, someone who looks like they are a middle manager, kind of, or maybe a supervisor in their persona, kind of floats up to you and asks you, "Hi, can you tell me who you are and why you're popping in here at 3 p.m.?"
Oh god, I have to make up something.
Do you have a Matrix security license?
I think I actually do. But that wouldn't make sense unless they already called somebody in.
You'd lie and say it was just a security test. Like an unexpected security test that was supposed to happen around this time. Just make sure the people are on par with what they're doing.
I'm going to say, sorry, I was just popping in from corporate. I was asked to check out, to see if if the file was all in order. I assume that'd be a con roll.
That would indeed be a con roll.
I hate having to decide between pre-edge and post-edge.
How much edge do you have? And what's your dice pool normally?
5 edge, 5 dice.
I would definitely say pre-edge for that. Then that's one of the cases where you're. Oh, by the way, this is a fast talk action for sure. So if you
I do not have any spec in con.
I'm just trying to throw you any bones I can.
Because it doesn't let you think. You're on the Ares grid. You can just say that I'm from like X. I'm here to check about a file. I did not mean to interrupt anything.
Well, yeah, just say I'm up from corporate.
That's exactly what he just did.
Yeah, it's like
He said, I'm from corporate. I'm here to check upon this file. He goes, yeah, sure. Like there's literally several uhs that happen in that message action because he is you can assume that he's probably dictating to his comlink. And he goes, sure. But how about I show you some other parts of the facility first?
Fuck.
I do want to point out that you've kind of established that you are someone who's got a little more pull than he does. That's kind of, when you say I'm from corporate, that usually means that you have enough pull that if something's not right.
So, if I were doing a check, I would get the social modifier from
Ace in the
I
hole.
believe there's one for being in a...
You would definitely both have the ace in the hole one. Yes.
Okay, well then I will pull off Ace in the Hole and say, well, I've been specifically called to do this file. I will be back, but this is currently all I need to see.
All right.
Ace in the Hole is +2 or 3?
A +2. Let me check my social modifiers table, see if there's anything else that might help you. He's not hostile. He is neutral to you. So you aren't getting any sort of penalty from that, which is always nice. So.
Does he have the penalty of being a higher authority or higher rank, supposedly?
That is where I'm going with the ace in the hole here, which is the big things here.
Would the result be advantageous because he has to do less work?
I would argue that it would be disastrous, actually, but I will say you're going to get a +1 total rather than giving you the -4. If you are as he thinks you are, he is totally this would be a very bad thing. But there's a good chance that you aren't. So I'm going to give you a +1 total to a negotiations check.
Okay, same pool as everything else.
Nice.
He kind of blanches a little and goes, all right then, lead the way, sir.
Okay, well, I guess I'll end up at that file needed.
Yep, you were already there. One thing you do notice is that there's very specifically a agent that is owned by the host that is just kind of sitting there looking dumb at you. Every now and then it like cocks its head like it hears something, and then it touches it presses it opens a folder that is the file, files something away, closes it, and puts it back.
Well, I will matrix perception on it real quick.
Oakley dokley.
Okay. Questions. Is it encrypted? Does it have a data bomb and ratings of both?
It is encrypted. It does have a data bomb.
Well, I'm back.
Welcome back.
I also asked for ratings of both.
And the rating of, excuse me, sorry, something caught my throat. The rating of the file protection is 6, and the data bomb is actually going to be 5.
Okay, well, I will send a message to Droid containing that it is in fact encrypted and has a data bomb, and then I will follow this man on to say, what did you wish to show me again?
And I will say this, that Droid can totally have followed you to this location, so Droid knows where it is too.
I will
And now,
also
since I've come
mention
across
that-
an encrypted file, uh-oh.
I will also mention to Droid that if she can handle this from here, I'll just do this real quick.